Hello guys, this is William here. What you're looking at here today is the Figma Tekkaman Blade. And this is Figma number 137. I bought this figure from AmiAmi.com for around $35 and the turnaround time was around 10 days. I already unboxed the figure as you can see, so let's get to the accessories included. So first off, Figma opted to include the alternate head for blade. So you can see here, this is the head. Come on. I guess yes, you cannot see. Let me try again for you. There you go. As you can see, this is the Tekkaman Blade head from the anime Tekkaman Blade OVA. And the difference essentially is that the visor is wider to include details for the eyes and for the nose. That's very nice. Moving on. As a typical Figma figure, you get your assortment of hands here, and you get 4 pairs this time. You got the fisted hand, you got the open palm hand, and you got the claw hand. Plus, you have 1 set of hand for holding weapons. Moving on, you get 2 little knobs here. So that's one of the 2 knobs here, and you see that one of them has a white end. Essentially, the lens he's holding can be broken into 2 pieces, and you're using the knobs to hold the weapons. So what I show you here is that here's the lens, here's the knob, and it goes in there like that into one. And if you have a hand, you'll be holding it like so. So there you go. So that's how it holds the hand. Can you see the fist? Not really, eh? Okay, let me try again for you. How about now? Come on, you can do it. Oh, maybe you can't. The little camera that can't. Anyways, you get the gist. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, okay? Moving on to the figure itself. Very well articulated. Figure's got a nice reflective paint on it. Good paint job. Everything is gloss. And everything is very articulate, as expected for the Figma lines. So that's wonderful. Starting with the head here, you can do tilt on one side, you can tilt on the other side, and you can move your arm, or sorry, you can tilt downward, so you can do it like that, right? So once again, left, right, tilt, tilt, go down, and bam. That's the range of motion you can get with the head. And if you want to switch your head, you pull it off, bam. You notice that there's a little hole here, and this is just like a little decoration, I guess, for the neck. So put it over here, and if you want to slot in the other head, you can do so. So I'm going to use the OVA head. There you go. So same thing, same deal. As for the arms there, you can do range of motion from the hands itself. You could do rotation like that. You can rotate up to here, and from there you can swivel all the way around. Typical figure. For the arm, you can go all the way up to here. This is the ball joint here. So the arm is attached by a ball joint. As well, the armor is attached by another joint. So I'll open up and have a look for you guys. So here you can see. Can you? Here you go. So you can see that there's a joint here and there's 2 joints here that combines to give added articulation to the armor. For the torso, there's 2 sections of articulation. One section between the red and black parts, and one between the black and the white parts, which is the lower half here. So starting with the upper half, you can bend your torso a little bit left and right, so that's how much you can move your figures, holding the torso straight. And if you want to bend, you can bend, I guess, like so. Not very much, but you get slight bending motions on this. For the lower half, you could do more rotations. You can rotate side to side, I believe, but because of the armor design, you are pretty much restricted. However, you can still bend down. So you can bend down like so. If you can see what I did here. This is the neutral pose, and this is the bend pose, right? Moving on to the leg here, it spreads pretty wide. really good range of movement. You do spread. You can do a spread like that as well. Good spread. And as well, it holds really well together, so it can hold the pose very nicely. It's very nice and tight. And you can kick upward, so very good range of movement. As well, you can rotate, so you can see that I can rotate my leg sideways, like so. So you can actually sit down and do like a crazy meditation pose if he wants. Alright? So that's very crazy, very nice articulation. That's expected of Figma figures. What else? For the leg, as you can see, the joint can only go up to this point for knee. So it goes up here, that's the highest it goes. And then bam, that's pretty much the articulation you're going to get because of the design. As well for the heel, or the ankle can go all the way up to here, all the way down to this part. Alright, so that's not much. As well, the heel can move, that's the furthest it moves, and you can close up like that. Unfortunately, you can't swivel side by side, so that's too bad. And that applies for the knee as well. You can't really move it side by side. There's no rotation for it. So it's not like Revoltech in that regard, which is not too bad given the posability of this figure already. What else can I say about this figure? Arm pad again opens up, so that's like the Volteca, which is a super move for Blade. And this one here is made of, or is essentially painted. So it's painted gloss green instead of a clear, transparent individual piece plastic from the offering made by Bandai. So I will show you the difference in a bit, but for now, I'm just gonna do a quick review of the figure itself. Alright, there's holes here in the back, and that's to place the shield. So this is the shield here, and it has a peg, and it goes into here. So it's kind of stored on his ass when it's not in use. As you will notice, there's also a peg hole here on the top between the two boosters, and that's used to put the stand. So it'll be like so. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Now, there's no other articulation for these little fins here. They can rotate a little bit, side to side, very little, but they don't open up like in the anime. So that's too bad. But for $35, this is not pretty bad at all. Very nice detailed figure. Well, too bad it took a little bit longer than expected. I think they delayed this figure 2 or 3 times. I don't know what happened. They had some production problem maybe. Hopefully Tekkaman Evo is not going to be delayed. It's supposed to come out at the end of December this year. So we'll wait and see. Still got actually 2 more days. So there you go. That's the figure itself in a nutshell, I guess. So I'm going to put this figure to the side here and show you guys. This is the Figma character lines. Now compared to Blade, Blade is obviously a lot thinner, and also it just seems that the proportion is a little bit smaller. So that was surprising. So this is what I was saying regarding proportions. Seems a little bit off compared to the regular Figma proportions, but nonetheless, it's still a pretty good representation of Blade. I think this representation is closer to the illustration because it's got the stylized legs as well. You can see the chest armor is a little bit more thinner, so this is more like a human, more human than the armourplus version, which I'm about to show you guys. So this is the armourplus version from Bandai that was released in 2010, and this one I got it for around $90 versus $35. As you can see, obviously the size of the thing is totally different as well. This is made of all die cast here, die cast, and because it's die cast, there's always posability issues. So for example, my quirk with this figure was that the armor, the shoulder pads falls off very easily, so sometimes I have to stuff some stuff in there, put like paper tissues in there, tissue papers and stuff, so the armor can hold slightly better. As well, you can see the chest is actually a lot more wider, so this looks more like a robot to me than the Figma offering, which is not bad too. I mean, they're both, you know, different approaches to the same character, and I like how both turn out. So obviously, because it's a $90 figure, it has more articulations. So you can see the fin here. It's actually more articulated in the sense that it can be opened, whereas this one here doesn't even have that kind of detail built in. That's too bad, but not really a deal breaker. As well, the visors for the armourplus ones are clear, so you can see that the plastics here are clear, the visors are clear, although they don't have battery to light it up. So that's a very nice added detail. And compared to the shoulder pad on the Figma, I do like the armourplus version better, just because it's more angular. You can see that it's, you know, more closer to a pointy end rather than the square here. I don't find it to be too nice on the figure, the streamlined. So maybe that is something Figma or Max Factory would like to fix for their next revision if they're gonna have one. But overall, for $35, you can't really complain. This is a very nice figure I'm playing with, so I'm glad it got made into Figma. Especially in terms of posability, this guy is just amazing. I can't wait to get the Tekkaman Evil so I can pose Blade together with his brother for the ultimate showdown. And you know what, this pretty much concludes my video, so hope you guys have a good new year, and if you guys have any comments, please leave them below. You notice that today the image quality is going to be slightly different just because I'm using a different camera. In fact, I'm using a webcam. This is the Logitech C920 Pro, and you notice that sometimes it doesn't autofocus as well, but hey, at least I can now zoom in and get a very close look. Voila. So anyways, that really pretty much concludes my review. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, again, if you have any questions or any requests, please do let me know. As well, if you have any constructive feedbacks, please leave them below. I'm always welcome to changes. Thank you.